Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're checking out Supercomputer by Abacus AI. In case you don't know, Abacus, they give you access to all of the models. Look at that. We got access to GPT 5.5, Claude, Opus, GLM 5.1. Beautiful models out there for a monthly subscription free. And with Supercomputer, they've made it easy for you to deploy your creations on their hosted server. So for example, here you can host and scale open source AI. You can actually use this to build a chat server where you host your own AI models. Let's see how that works. We've got to try that out. And you can run a game server. So I have a background in game development. So you can, when you make one of those games, you can actually host it directly for anyone on the internet to connect and play your games. So always on for agents. You can have agents running on it and create desktop applications. So we're going to be checking this out to see how good it is. And is it going to be worth that monthly fee? So when you go into Abacus AI, there's a new tab over here called Supercomputer. You can choose Herms, Clue, and also Supercomputer. So Supercomputer is what we're going to check out today. It says, welcome, build anything with prompts, deploy and host any cloud service. So the idea is you're going to make something with a prompt and you get to host it straight away for other people to utilize. So welcome to Abacus AI Supercomputer. So Abacus CLI has started. Full permissions. Straight away, you got the terminal window, so it's like kind of like a view into your service. And let's see what version of Ubuntu we are running. And we can see we're using 24.04.4. So it's an actual operating system live for us to log into. So it's got a couple of example situations to pick from. You can make a database. So when you change your data, it gets saved into that database that's running. And then you can utilize that database for queries for the next prompt and all that stuff. First thing I want to try is hosting a local LLM chatbot. So we're going to be using this service to make a chatbot for us. So can you host an open source LLM suggested Qwen 2.5 and give me a ChatGPT inspired UI? I'm going to try that prompt out. I'm going to see what it's going to do. Look, it's using Abacus AI CLI. It's brewing it. So I guess it's downloading all of the stuff. And I'm in YOLO mode. So that means all tools are auto accepted. So you can go into manual mode and override it, make sure it's not doing anything dodgy. But I've got a fresh installation. I can go YOLO. So it's setting up the open source Qwen 2.5, 0.5b inference backend is downloading it and it's testing it out. It's doing a curl request saying API chat, testing it to make sure that the service it just installed is working. And I use 212 credentials. And just like that, look at that. We have Qwen chat running in our studio. I'm going to say hello and how are you, my friend? So that was easy. It worked pretty much. Okay, it's a basic model. It's not one of the big ones, but it shows that it's able to install applications, deploy applications, and run everything in a web browser. Now, the question I want to see is, can I give myself a public URL so I can access this computer? So I'll say activate. And what's crazy is this terminal interface here isn't just a normal terminal. It's actually an LLM terminal. So I just said hello and it responded back to me and it says I can expose it on a public URL. I'll say yes, expose it on my public URL. So it told me that I needed to open up Cloud Services UI for this virtual machine, but I already had public URL enabled. So I had to give it the host name that was enabled to start off with. So it's gone ahead and modified the nginx, the server of the HTTP server of the instance running in the cloud. And it said that it's updated it to point to that Qwen chat that we just made. So I hit refresh and look at it right there. I'm accessing the LLM that's on the public internet just like that. And I've been chatting to this supercomputer. Now I want to see if I can make this game server. So always on 3D game server. So it's got the example prompt here. You can modify it. It's going to make a real-time multiplayer 3D browser game. Oh yes. Let's see what that does. And just like that, it's went ahead and started up the server and it's giving me a deployed URL. So let's just try that out. Space arena, Ash, join arena. Look at that. I'm online. Now I'm going to see if I can open up another window and we can see, look at that. We got a multiplayer game happening in our eyes. I've got Pete on the right here and I've got Ash. Ash has got 6 points. So he's winning the show. Boom, I'm collecting stuff. And look at that. Who is that? Who's that guy over there? It's me. So obviously this is a bare bones example of a 3D multiplayer game, but it is all addressable because you can go in there and you can say, can you make the graphics better? So you can actually define what you want the game to be. But the idea is it's all working. I guess it's using WebSockets to communicate with each other. So we got a multiplayer instance running in the cloud. It's not just running on one computer. It's multiple computers that talk to each other. The infrastructure is there for you to go ahead and prompt away. And that prompts get saved on your actual hosted server. And your hosted server is actually communicable with the online cloud. So we've got Quen chat still running here. We've got the space game there, and we're also modifying it. Look at that, it's changing the code as we speak. So we managed to make this massively multiplayer online game, and we've also managed to run a chatbot. So I'm gonna see if we can fuse these together. Like we can build databases, we can host open source projects from GitHub, all this kind of stuff. But let's just see if we can talk them together. So the Quen chat can be run from the web browser, but it can also be run just using a standard curl request. So if I go in terminal over here, I can actually access it and talk to my server just using curl commands. So right now, hello from public URL, and it's going to respond back. I'm actually pinning that public URL that we just made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, can you add in a text box so I can communicate with my local AI? And I'll give it an example of the curl request so it knows what's going on. I'm going to give it the local one because it should be able to access it locally. Get right there, it's added that endpoint in, so it's updated it. It's also doing some extra stuff just to make sure it all works, but let's just refresh that page to see what we have now. So Ash, just 2222, ask your local AI anything. Hello, who are you? Send. All right, so the send button didn't work out of the box, so we have to do a little bit of vibing in the terminal. All right, so I finished vibing with it, and let's see what we have right now. So Ashway, run. We've got this flying simulator still flying around, and we got a local AI. So let's just say hello. Who are you? Let's see if that sends. Boom. And we got an answer. I'm Quen, Artificial Intelligence by Alibaba Cloud. So we've integrated AI into our online, massively multiplayer online game situation. People can join. We got a leaderboard right there. We can also plug in a database, do all this kind of good stuff. And one of the good things about having this local AI system is it's one thing paying extra to use advanced AI like Opus and all that kind of stuff, even GLM. But if you want to add a little bit of Vibe AI to a game, artificial intelligence, that kind of stuff, you can have this running locally on your servers. You're not paying the extra credit costs of routing it to ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff, which gets very expensive per user. Whereas now the users are just using that local AI running on your server, which is all hosted for you right there. So we integrated it all together. And if you are interested, if you go to sessions here, you can go through and change all the sessions you were playing with. So this one, I think, was setting up the instance of the API chat. So that was telling me what to do there. The bottom one here was making that 3D multiplayer game. And the middle one there is just access to my Ubuntu server. And that is just my Ubuntu server. I can see all of my files. I've got Space Arena, I've got Agents, MD, all that kind of stuff. And also got the UI interface, tells me all that kind of stuff. And this is just my computer. So if I wanted to jump in and maybe go on a web browser here, I can click on Chrome and access the internet from my virtual server running in the cloud, and it's all publicly available on this URL. So we're kind of like switcherooing now. We're going from just a chat interface where you ask it to make something, maybe save the file or even edit the files. Now it's hosting those files on your server, and you can plug in extra services. I just plugged in AI, local AI into it, and all this kind of good stuff. So let me know what you guys think of a supercomputer. Hope you guys found this video useful and enjoyed the show. If you want, jump on this URL and you can play with the AI. You can maybe I can make AIs that uses the local AI to move. Lots of possibilities in this world.